Hi there. This is a very brief video where we want to tell you in a little more detail about the examless examining approach that we have taken this time at Zoho Schools of Learning. We had already talked about it in an earlier video, and here we are going to give you a little more detail. These two icons are pretty important. The one on the left is a camera, a snapshot, a photograph. The one on the right is a video camera, is a story. We don't want photographs, we want movies. Let's try to understand what I'm trying to say. The link is also going to be important. Don't rush there right away. https://bit.ly/ZSEL2023. That stands for Zoho Schools Examless 2023. 2023 is the year you would graduate out of Zoho Schools if you join in the year 2021. It's a 2-year program, 1 year in the classroom, the next year embedded in a Zoho team where you will learn the tricks of the trade and become a full-blooded employee. All right. A quick overview of the COVID calendar that we have all been living through. If you remember, it was in the last day of last year, that is December 31, 2019, when COVID, that's why it's COVID 19 and not COVID 20. COVID 19 came into the world, and ever since that day, it's been exponentially spreading around the world, causing a lot of problems, disrupting business, destroying what people thought was the normal way to live, and even changing the whole paradigm of higher education, colleges, and so many more things. In the month of March, we were ordered to go home. If you remember, there was this lockdown that happened. In the month of May, we wanted to actually open our physical classrooms. We had fitted it out with beautiful furniture, high technology screens, and shiny new laptops, but we were not allowed to open it. But we still said we will kick off the actual program even if we can't really open it physically. So on May 7th, 2020, we opened the virtual gates of Zoho Schools. And luckily for us, during the months of September, October, November, and December in the previous year, 2019, we had conducted tests and we had identified whom we will be absorbing into the organization in the coming year. So as many as 130 students are now undergoing training completely virtually using remote classroom techniques from morning to evening, 6 days a week. We are now in the month of October, and we are now starting to look forward to the recruitment of the coming year. Who will be taken, in which streams, how many, and how are we going to conduct classes for them, and so on. In the month of March in 2021, we will be packing these students up, the ones that have been training with us since March 2020. A year would have been completed by then, and we will take them all and embed them in teams. We will place them as interns in teams across the length and breadth of Zoho, and there they will go through the second year of their training before they become full-blown employees. And in the month of April, we plan to conduct a test, the written test. We are hoping, we are praying, we are wishing, we are really eager to conduct a test. We are hoping that COVID will be not as much a threat as it is today, and we are hoping we'll be able to conduct a mass test. So if you are really keen in writing a test and proving your worth, scoring marks, going through an interview, and getting into the organization, no problems. Wait for our announcements. We will be posting that in social media and in our website. April 2021, there will be a mass test. The exact modalities might be different. It may not be all of you crowding in a room and having a pad and a clock ticking down. We might have to think of some other approach. But yes, we will conduct a test. in the month of April 2021. And that would mean in the month of May 2021, we will be opening our gates, either physically or virtually, but classes will start for the next set of students who will enter in May 2021 and graduate from Zoho schools in the month of May, in the month of March 2023. All right. So you would be called the class of 2023. All right. So I had talked about the camera and the video camera, the still camera and the video camera. What's the difference? Basically, we don't want you to submit a photograph. When you send me a resume, when you tell me who you are, you did this degree, you did this mark, you did this course, and so on, it is a snapshot of who you were. It's not who you are and who all you've been. Get my words clearly. We don't want to know who you were. We want to know who all you've been. So if you tell me, here is my yellow belt in karate, oh, okay, some point of time you have done enough to get an yellow belt from some sensei. Yeah, good. But on the other hand, if you showed me from childhood things that you have been interested in, martial art programs you have attended, you have watched, artwork you have done that represented Bruce Lee or Jackie Chan, articles you have written, and along with that, if you showed me this belt that you have received and this other course that didn't give you anything but the course that you underwent, then it shows an abiding passion, a passion that stood the test of time from childhood till now. In its own way, every phase in life has its own way of embracing that passion. Have you embraced it in those forms? Or did you just attend this karate course because mom or dad told you, or because you wanted to somehow get some credits and pass some test? That's the difference between the photograph and the movie. We are aiming for the movie. If you are still not clear what I mean by the movie, let me get to real examples. We told you that there are three main streams to pursue at Zoho schools: the technology stream, the design, creative, artistic visualization stream, and the business stream, where we do marketing, sales, and technical support and creative writing. All right. So if you were getting into the design school and you wanted to get in Examless, what would you do? You will show us your designs. That is Behance. If you have heard of the website, if you have become a member there, send us your account. We would like to know what amazing creative artwork you have published there. It could be drawings, it could be icons, it could be videos, it could be photographs. Show us what you have put up there. It could be clay models. The beauty about artistic creations is it transcends media. It's not about what medium you work in, it's about what you bring out, what you create. So show us your Behance portfolio. Are you on Instagram? Have you graduated beyond cat photographs? Show us. Instagram is running Inktober now. Have you heard of Inktober? Are you part of the Inktober movement? Show us. Tell us about what you have been doing. Dribbble is another website. The interesting thing about Dribbble is you can't just dribble into Dribbble. You need to have a designer community participation. Only if you are a member of a design community, only if you have a friend who is in Dribbble already, can you even get entry into Dribbble. If you say you have a Dribbble account, it already means you are part of an exalted community. I'll be impressed. I'll be thrilled. Show me what you have. YouTube. We all consume every day probably 6 videos we see, or probably even more. So much content out there we keep consuming. Have you created anything? What have you created? What have you shot? Today, the mobile phone has a free app using which you can directly publish to YouTube. In fact, you can publish to YouTube live. I can live stream what I'm doing right now. Have you done anything like that? Have you shot a slow motion? Have you shot a time lapse? Do you have a channel on YouTube? Have you made money using your channel on YouTube? We would like to know. You're a budding designer. Have you put a tutorial? One of the students who applied to Zoho schools a couple of years ago had a tutorial on YouTube about some tricks on Photoshop that he had learned. We grabbed him. He is now a video editor in our creative team. And let's not forget the plain old pen and paper and pencil and crayon and ink game. That's how art started for each one of us. We didn't start with a stylus on an iPad. No. Even Bill Gates' son would have started only on pen, pencil, paper, color, crayons. Have you done that? Can you show us some amazing work that you've done? We would like to know. Okay, moving on. What about programming? What about technology? What about software engineering? Have you heard of this website? This is HackerRank. All these sites that I'm talking about are free. You can, as long as you're above some minimum age, you can join for free. That's the beauty of these tools. Hacker Earth. These sites specialize in giving graded problems. Choose your language. Could be Java, could be C, could be C++, could be Swift, could be Python. Choose your language. Solve our problems. Be consistent. Come to our site regularly. Help others who are struggling. Earn badges, earn points, earn goodies, get a t-shirt free. Do you have any of these? Can you show us something? Are you a member already? If you are a member for the past 2 years at HackerRank, we want you. And it's not too late. If you have heard of HackerRank just today, go sign up tonight. Start solving problems. Ensure that you visit the website every few days. Solve a problem there. Show us that you have what we call the stamina for passion. It's not enough if you have passion. You need to have the stamina for passion. If you have that, we want you. Have you seen this website? This portal is a website that's frequented by developers who want to share what they have done to the whole developer community. Octocat is the name of this cute little animal. It's an octopus with a cat's head, or a cat with an octopus's body. GitHub is the name of this website. Anybody who has written any code can publish it for the whole world to see and to add on, edit, modify, and recommend. Have you published anything there? What about this website? Stack Overflow is the name of this website. When a developer is working, he is not alone. She is not alone. She needs help. And she doesn't go to Google if she needs help. She goes to Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is that watering hole, that community where all developers come and ask their doubts. And all the other developers see those doubts and resolve them, help them. Even if not completely resolved, they guide them so that this developer can go a little further and come and thank this person and add a note saying, this is how I solved it. Have you done anything like that? Have you even asked the question at Stack Overflow? Even asking is credit. So give us your account. We would like to know what you have done. So again, do you now realize what I'm talking about when I say, show me the movie, not the photograph? Can all this be captured in a resume? It won't. But we are ready to spend the time to analyze your movie, what you have been doing over these years. We thought COVID was a curse, but now we look at it as a double-edged sword. It is letting us truly value what the student has been doing through the years, not just what he or she does in a 3-hour, time-limited, don't copy final exam. What about the School of Business? What will we be looking for in you if you were applying to the School of Business and wanted to get in Examless? Have you heard of Medium? Blogging became a real sensation around 15 years ago, and then over time, when Facebook and Twitter came in, microblogging became famous and blogging kind of took a dip. But now there is a resurgence in long form writing. Have you written any articles there or in any other website which hosts your articles? How have people reacted to it? Have you participated in any debate? Have you had a point of opinion, a point of view, and an opinion? Have you shared it with great confidence and with humility out there on the internet? We would like to see it. Facebook, Twitter, what do you do? Are you just a hashtagger? Are you just a thumb liker? Or have you gone beyond all that and really contributed content? It could be about how Chennai Super Kings is playing in the IPL this time. It could be about global warming. It could be about something that you have discovered interesting about the 6 legs of a cockroach. Doesn't matter. But it should be unique. It should be something you created. It should be something read worthy, share worthy. Show us what you've done. If you haven't done anything like that till now, no problem. Start doing it. 21 days later, 21 articles later, meet us. We would like to evaluate you on this long movie, not that one moment. Show us what you can. What about LinkedIn? LinkedIn used to be a network for professionals who are working in the industry, in the domain. But today, LinkedIn is opened up for students. Are you a member? Have you done anything worthwhile that LinkedIn has recognized you? Show us. And forget about all this again. Do you have pen, paper, recorded articles you have written but never published? Show us that. There are so many people who have written poetry, but they are feeling that there is nothing too big about it. Why do I have to publish it? And they have used pseudonyms or secondary names, hidden their original names and published them somewhere. Show me the originals. Show me the stuff you wrote. We would base our interview on all the stuff that you're showing us. If you tell me this is the program that you created, program that you wrote, we will ask you to extend it. We will ask you to modify it. We will ask you to explain it. Walk us through. If you say this is an art I created, great. Make some modifications there. If you created this, you should be able to create this also. Can you do this for us? We will ask you. Or why did you shade it like this? Why did you choose this color? You should be able to defend your case. And if it's about writing, we will want you to improve a particular passage. If you are capable of writing that article, original article, you should be capable of making the changes that we want. So whatever you submit, we will be basing our interview, questions, evaluation, the Examless evaluation that I talked about, on what you have submitted. It's much better than evaluating you based on some standard books that you are expected to have completed. Yeah, I hope you will agree. What else are you good at? Okay, we told you about design and technology and business. What else are you good at? Do you have Maths Olympiad, Science Olympiad, Computer Olympiad certificates? Have you stood first in your zone, in your district, in the country? Have you heard of this app, Elevate? Free app, both on the iOS and the Android platform. It's a maths and English vocabulary improvement and mathematical celerity improvement app. Have you tried it before? Do you have a streak? Have you done daily one session for the past 1,700 days? I have done it for the past 1,710 days. And I'm unabashedly proud about it. Have you? Can you? Lumosity, another website, another app, free on iOS and Android. Brain training app. Have you stumbled upon that? Have you done anything there? Do you have a streak? Brilliant.org, brilliant app, mathematics. They have beautiful articles that explain a concept. They have videos that make it even more lucid. They have graded quiz questions that take you through the understanding. They test whether you have understood it well, all the way to Maths Olympiad level problems. For free. Have you heard of them? Or you a member there already? Have you participated in discussions there? Have you solved problems there? What's your rank? What's your score? Show us. So, okay, I gave you some examples. How about this? You all got a computer at home, yeah? The government gave you computers, you have your own computer, your mom gifted you one, your uncle brought one from America. What have you been doing with that? Other than consuming YouTube and playing PUBG, have you done anything concrete? Have you created anything? Could be art, could be music, could be programming. What have you done? Have you created something? That's what the computer is. It's a tool for creators. Have you justified that creation urge that all of us are supposed to have? Go even further. The professor from Tenkasi, Zoho School's Tenkasi, said, hey, forget about all that, man. Ask that guy, has he tinkered with a bike? Can he rip a two-wheeler apart and repair it and put it back together? Can he rip anything apart? Does he have that mechanical understanding of the world? Can he repair something? If he can do that, if she can do that, I can make that person a great software engineer. That's what he says. And I would like to agree. If you have a skill like that, if you have that mechanical intelligence, write to us. They would like to be in touch with you. How about musical intelligence? Do you know how to play an instrument? Did you learn it by yourself? Extra marks for that, frankly. And what have you done? Have you created something? Have you published it somewhere? Tell us about that. So, all this again and again points to that movie versus photo. Do you have a habit streak? In Snapchat, it seems they show a flame, a bursting flame like that next to a friend's name. And I didn't know what it meant. Later, a friend told me that if I have had a snapped conversation with that person every 24 hours for 20 days, then the number 20 will appear next to this person and a flame will be there. What that means is, for 20 days without a break, like a streak, I have done what Snapchat wanted me to do. Such a silly thing, such an interesting thing. Because streaks are what makes us. Habits make people. What is one thing you have done other than just brush your teeth, have your breakfast, watch TV, lie down, breathe, sleep, eat? What else have you done that you can proudly claim that you have a streak on? Have you read a book every day? Have you written something every day? Like I mentioned, Inktober. Have you scribbled something every day? Artwork? Have you exercised every day? What have you done every day that you can be proud of? That you can go on a stage where teachers are waiting and evaluating you, that you can go and say, I did this every day and I am proud of it, and you should be too. Do you have anything like that? Tell us about it. Because, like Will Durant says, we are what we repeatedly do. We are nothing but that. It's a reflection of what we have been doing repeatedly. Excellence comes from there. So it's not an act, it's a habit. It's not a photograph, it's a movie. That's what we are looking for. This is the form. If you visit bit.ly ZSEL2023, this is the form you will be greeted with. There will be a name, a mobile address, a mobile number and an email address. You can give one of these two, at least. Give both if you can. The stream you're applying for, business, design or technology. And there'll be an empty box into which you have to just pour content in. Could be links, could be usernames. Don't give passwords, just usernames so that we can look them up online. Everything about you. I have given you only examples. If you have more that I didn't even mention, all the more that you should be mentioning those there. Great, we are thrilled, we are impressed. Tell us about it. I agree that my date of birth is between these two dates because we have one simply unbreakable rule at Zoho schools, which is the age has to be between 17 and 20. The other unbreakable rule is you shouldn't have an educational qualification that goes beyond class 12 or a diploma, the 10 plus 3 diploma. If you are in a college, fine, you can apply, but you have to promise that you will be discontinuing that college when you get the offer letter and join Zoho schools. You can't do the college work and this simultaneously. All right, that's the link. This is the most important one, the box that you have to fill up. And how do I submit videos? How do I submit music? How do I submit photographs? Yeah, great. You can give us YouTube links. You can use Zoho Work Drive, which is an online repository where you can add all kinds of files, and then you can give me access to it, or you can share a link here, or you can use Dropbox and share the link to that Dropbox right here. There are so many ways you can. If you have done all that, you can easily do this also. So no big deal. We're not giving you attach permission on purpose. One thing we wouldn't want you to do is send us email with attachments. Do not do that. If you send us emails, we will summarily reject those applications because it's coming from somebody who didn't understand this very important point I'm making here. Also, don't message us on WhatsApp with attachments and files. And here is a pencil sketch I have made of you, sir. Please take a look and give me. No, we're not going to consider applications via WhatsApp and email. All applications for Examless 2023 has to come through this website. Let me be very, 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 very clear. Get ready, because when you submit that application, you will be greeted with a thank you, and we will call you. We will call the number, we will mail the email address you had given, and we will say, let us set up an appointment. We will want to have a video call with you and evaluate you based on what you have submitted. Let's have a particular date and a time. So that phone that you have submitted should be yours or a family member's. Don't give a number which belongs to somebody in some other city. Doesn't help. Also, access to a computer is good. Even if you don't have one all for yourself, at least on the date of that interview, we would want you to have a computer, because we may want you to do something quick, draw or write or program. So it's useful to have a computer. Need not be all too powerful and all that. Basic video camera, webcam, and normal laptop will do. Whatever operating system. Let it be well lit. Let it be silent. Let it give you privacy. Don't have light behind you. Have light in front of you. I have darkness behind me. Set it up like that. Make it silent. I don't want a dog barking or a vehicle passing by distracting our interview. Try not to have assisting help. Your brother sitting behind you and helping for every question. That won't help, because your brother isn't going to come and attend Zoho schools with you, nor is he going to work at Zoho with you. So that doesn't help. Do not try to cheat with this. Have pen, paper, pencil close at hand. We might give you some problems, some artwork, some writing assignments, something that you can do live to show us. It won't be an exam sort of thing, but it will be based on what you've submitted. Let me reiterate. So it's important to have access to pen, paper, and eraser and pencils, etc. Probably you might have spoken about some certifications that you have, some achievements you had reached, and so on. And if you have some certificates that prove those, nothing wrong having them near you. We might want to take a look at them. We are anti-credentialists. We don't really celebrate certificates. In fact, did you know Zoho Schools doesn't give a certificate? It doesn't. What Zoho Schools does is it gives you a launch pad, a great opportunity to kickstart your career, to leapfrog beyond others your age, and get started with a high-tech job in this troublesome, tense market thanks to COVID. So that's what Zoho Schools does. But still, nothing wrong. Have those certificates there. We might want to take a look. So get ready. A few warnings before we close. very important. Is it really you? Don't masquerade, don't give somebody else's content, uh, do not plagiarize. It should be really you. It's very easy for us to find out, and that brings ignominy, that really uh, breaks the trust. We would want to continue doing this for future generations. So if you cheat, not only are you making that big sin, that heinous error, you're also making it harder for future generations. So don't do that. Was it really extracurricular? All the stuff that you showed us, were they assignments that you submitted at school, or were they stuff that you did out of your own interest, out of an uncontrollable urge and passion that you had, that you did it on a Sunday afternoon? No expectations from school, no marks, no money, no project submissions, but I did it because I wanted to do it. I scratched my own itch. That's why I created this code. That's why I wrote this article. That's why I scribbled this artwork. That's what we are looking for. Not something that is submitted for some evaluation elsewhere. We wanted to see something that you have done in an extracurricular manner. I'm sure you have stuff like that. Are you really confident about this? Think hard. This is not a conventional exam. I don't think anybody else conducts an exam like this. I'm sure you agree. We are trusting you. Ensure you live up to the trust we place on you. Don't think, oh yeah, let's submit whatever junk we can, let us see what they do with it. And anyway, even if they don't select me here, I will write the exam in April and I'll get in. Don't do that. Because if you submit something here and if you get selected for the interview and if you fail in the interview, we're not going to let you write the April test. It's examless or the exam. It's not examless followed by the exam. If you submit something here and we don't even call you for the interview, no problem. You can write the exam in April. But if you submit something here and we call you for the interview and you do well in the interview, great. You get an offer letter and we greet you in the month of May. But I'll repeat, if you submit something here and we call you for the interview and you don't pass the interview, we won't let you write the exam in the month of April. Let me be very clear. So only if you are truly confident, we will ask that question again when we call you for the interview, don't worry. Only if you're truly confident, you should go through with this. You may not get another chance, remember that. And finally, this is a warning I give everybody. Who are you really doing it for? Are you doing it because you realize that Zoho Schools is a great place to be in, and Zoho Schools is a meaningful alternative to conventional college education, and Zoho Schools might give you that impetus, that momentum, that push you're looking for to launch into a high-tech career? Then do it. Don't do it because some uncle told you, some parents told you, somebody told you this college is not going to open now, so better let's cast our fate on Zoho instead and let's go through this. I am really not interested, but let me try this also. Don't do that. Don't add this into your bag of initiatives you're trying, hoping one of them hits. Because when a seat gets reserved for you, there are 1,000 people who apply for every seat here. And we are rejecting all those 1,000 because we think you're going to commit to joining us. So unless you're really doing it for yourself, unless you're really confident and sure that you're going to go through and not drop off along the way, please don't take it up. And finally, fear not. If I have warned you too much and it looks all red, relax. Just don't bother, ignore this video, wait till April, write the exam, pass it and come in. That's what thousands of people have done over these 15, 16 years that we have been in existence. We are trying this. Thanks to COVID, we are being even more confident in our attempt at this. We are trying this contactless, examless, video call based approach. We are inviting you to be part of that experiment. But if that's not what you want, no problem. Wait for April, write the test, and come in. We have regular exams in April. So, all the best. Looking forward to meeting you, greeting you, evaluating you, welcoming you. Thank you.